Hey y'all, it's your girl Letitia Nicole, and I'm back. My last video, I was in that in between time. I was very transparent and very exposed. No makeup, hair pulled back in a ponytail, looking all types of crazy, right? But sometimes we have to be real and transparent so that people can identify. We have to stop acting like we are perfect when we're not. So today's video is talking about my top financial mistakes in my early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s, and some in the mid 30s. Listen, I made some crazy financial mistakes. A lot of it, though, was due to simply lack of knowledge. I had no clue what I was doing. Not a clue. We grow up and no one ever gives you the 411. Yeah, I did say 411. That just dated me, like, for real. On personal finances, I went around walking around in my life aimlessly on autopilot when it came to my personal finances. I had a job, I would buy this, I would buy that, I would get a credit card here or there, and then next thing I know, I'm all jacked up financially. No legacy for my children, no investments, no retirement. I'm just all the way messed up. But that's what this video is about. It's to help you so that you don't make the same crazy flipping financial mistakes that your girl made in her 20s, 30s, mid 30s. You don't make them same mistakes. Please don't make the same mistakes. So learn from this video, right? Do not make the same crazy financial mistakes that your girl made, okay? So my top one mistake was going to college without a financial plan. See, I was 17 years old, graduating from high school. About this time, that year, my best friend said to me, "Hey, Tish, what schools did you apply to?" I applied to here, I applied to Howard, I applied to, and I'm like, oh shoot, college. Dang, I gotta apply to school. Okay. So I applied to 3 universities. Number 1 was Wentworth Institute of Technology, somewhere in the New England state somewhere. And then I applied to Temple University in Philadelphia, which I got waitlisted. And then I also applied to the Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio. And they said, yeah, come on. So I said, hey, I love my family, but I'm out. Deuces, baby. I'm gone. And so I was gone. I went to the Ohio State University with no financial plan. So this one right here ended up in over $90,000 worth of student loan debt. Yup, I sure did. Simply because I didn't have a plan. But I didn't have a plan because nobody ever educated me on what happens when you actually go to school out of state, when you go to school, period. The financial cost of higher education is insane in the United States. And nobody ever helped me. Nobody ever told me. I was clueless. My number 2 mistake was getting over 20-something credit cards before I turned 25. Yes, I said over 20. I sure did. But here's why. Again, not being educated on what credit actually is. I had no clue. I went to school, 17 years old. They did not care that I was 17. As long as I was on that campus and they had a t-shirt and some pizza to give me, your girl filled out those applications and I got credit cards. I got MasterCards and Visas. And listen, I had a Discover card. I had a 7th Avenue card. I had, oh my goodness, I can't even think of all the daggone credit cards I had. What? Who on God's earth allows somebody before they're 25 years old to get over 20 credit cards? That door was so loud. Anyway, who does that? Well, the credit card companies. Why? Because they know that they're going to get their money one way or another. Extend you that daggone credit. You don't pay your bills. The APR is high. Bam, now you got to pay me all this money. And you're uneducated. You don't know what the crap you're doing. Guess what? There is a light at the end of the tunnel when it does come to credit cards. I'm not going to tell you do not get any at all because it's very good to have some sort of credit established. But here's the catch. When you get that credit card, pay it off every month. please pay your balance off every month so that you don't pay those fees. Make sure it is a credit card that does not have any annual fees. Because if you do, I'm telling you, you will owe them money for like the rest of your life. And then you'll be upset because you made that financial mistake like me. But that means no crazy spending either. Do not spend what you don't have. Because if you spend what you don't have on this credit card, you can't pay it off at the end of the month. So get your gas in your car, pay a light bill or something with this credit card to help establish your credit so that you can purchase a home later, or rent the apartment that you want to rent, or purchase the car that you would like to purchase. Credit's good when you use it right. Financial mistake number 3. Because of all this crazy debt that I had and credit cards and all that financial craziness, my ex-husband and I filed for bankruptcy. Yes, we did. Can I tell you what age that was? We filed for bankruptcy at 24 years old, simply because we had no clue what we were doing with money. And then we didn't seek wise counsel. Listen, you have to seek wise counsel when it comes to things you have no knowledge of, right? Or no experience in. We just found somebody who we thought knew what they were doing, and they suggested bankruptcy. They didn't suggest any other options, just bankruptcy. I'll go ahead and file for bankruptcy. And then with that, they didn't tell us that student loans aren't forgiven in bankruptcy. They don't go anywhere. They don't. They stay right there. And they go with you for the rest of your life. So the majority of the financial debt that I had was student loans. So those credit cards meant nothing when it came to bankruptcy. Of course they're going to let me file. It was insane. That was a huge financial mistake, because then I had to wait, I think it was 7 years before it fell off my daggone credit report. I was jacked up financially and had no clue how to get out of it. Hit that like button so you don't do the same thing. Financial mistake number 4. Oh, and this is a big one. For some strange reason, I thought my finances were good enough to purchase a home at 27. After I had filed for bankruptcy and had some jacked up credit, I filled out this documentation to purchase a home in Atlanta, Georgia. We were so excited. Listen, we had 2 babies. Things were good. Life was great. And then the craziest thing happened. Put down the seed money on said house, only to not get approved for the loan. That's huge, because when you're 27 and all you have is $2,000 saved up, not really saved, it was just kind of sitting there, right? Like we had earned it. We didn't save it, we just earned it and was like, let's buy a house, right? That's a lot of money to lose. We lost it because, again, lack of education. We did not do our research. We did not find a mortgage company and do our research to find out what is necessary to purchase a home. How much money do I need down? What's the percentage that I need down? Like, you have to do your research, people. And we didn't know. We had no clue what we were doing at 27. Not a clue. Trying to buy a house. And all we got is this paper that says, yes, you're pre-approved, but it wasn't a real pre-approval. It was this company online that they were scamming people, and it was insane. So that was a huge financial blow, because we thought that we were cool to buy a home and start this forever life, and we were screwed over. Financial mistake number 5 was purchasing a car. Got it financed with a 29% interest rate. Say what? 29 what? 29% interest rate on a $17,000 car? What the crap was I thinking? I wasn't. Didn't do the research. And once again, lack of knowledge, and did not seek wise counsel when it came to purchasing a car. What I should have done was save some money, bought a car outright, Because when you purchase a car off the lot, we all know, or we should all know, maybe we don't all know because I didn't know, it depreciates in value the moment you drive it off the lot. But catch this, your girl didn't even buy a brand new vehicle because, again, my credit was all jacked up. Credit score was low, really low. And so I kind of took what came at me, 29% on a $17,000 car for 6 years. What? Who does that? I did. Please don't make that mistake. Please. Financial mistake number 6. Not investing in a retirement account in my 20s. Listen, I'm finna be 40 years old. Yes, I am. And I did just tell my age. I'm finna be 40. Do you know how much growth and compound interest that I lost by not investing in my 20s? Are you serious? I didn't know. No clue. Nobody talks about investment, and I'm going to go there. In the African American community, we don't talk about finances. Mommy, how much do you make? Shh, you don't need to know that. Well, they kind of do. And here's why. Because if you don't teach your children young, you end up like I was. Totally oblivious. I jacked up. I could have invested in my early 20s and had so much in my retirement fund by now. It would have been ridiculous. I'd be ready to retire at 60 like my parents, right? They sure did. I'm so mad that they retired at 60. But anyway, I digress. Listen, had I invested into a Roth IRA, right, in my early 20s, I didn't have a job back then that provided the 401k or the 403b, but I could have invested in a Roth IRA. That's after-taxed dollars going into a retirement account that you can't touch, and that's very important because you know you want to touch that money in your savings account. You take it out all the time. Can't touch it. It grows and grows and grows. By the time you look at it, if you don't touch it, don't mess with it. Yes, inflation, the market goes up, it goes down. But listen, if you leave it alone, compound interest is huge. You'll have what you need by the time it's time for you to retire. I will absolutely be honest with you. My retirement is not secure at this given moment. And the reason why is because I had no idea what it meant to invest for my retirement. If you don't know, you better learn. Lack of knowledge is no longer an excuse at all. We say, oh, well, I didn't know. No, you didn't know. You absolutely did not. But if you have a job, you better find out how to manage your money. If you have a job and you're wondering why you're living paycheck to paycheck, you better find out how to manage your money. If you have children, yes, God, if you have children, you better find out how to secure their legacy. That's your job as a parent. We fail to realize that. But yeah, that's your job. It's your job to secure their legacy. The wealthy, they put money in trusts for their children so that if they're, with these trusts, there are stipulations for the babies to get their money. Yes, I did say that. So they have to meet certain guidelines to get the money in the trust. But they have money set aside so that their children do not go through poverty, the turmoil, and the stress of not having enough money. We need to do that, people. It's very important. So take the time, educate yourself, get yourself a very good financial planner. Listen, if you're not good with money, find a good financial planner. Listen, not just your cousin and them. Find a good financial planner, someone who knows what they're doing, has longevity in the industry, and can direct you, wise counsel, can direct you in the path that you need to go. I want to be here. How do I get there? And they will lead you there. Also, get yourself an amazing CPA, certified public accountant. Stop having your cousin who has no education in taxes do your taxes, okay? If you do these things, then you will have the perfect start to getting your personal finances on roll, okay? It's never too late. Remember that. It is never too late to get your finances in order. So get educated, for sure. It's your girl, Letitia Nicole, with Keys to Success Consulting. And thanks so much for subscribing to this channel and hitting that like button. I appreciate you. See you next time.